welcome if you're new here. Today is day 2 of having no electricity, and we haven't had electricity since Sunday 12 a.m. so the whole of Sunday, and it is Monday afternoon already. So we are on our way to go and drop off our batteries to charge so that we're able to have some electricity in the house through the inverter. Yeah. Yesterday, Eskom came out. They dug a bit and they closed the hole and they left, and they haven't been back yet. So we wait, and it's not a nice wait, but we wait. Yeah, this has also reminded me that so many South Africans are still living their daily lives without electricity, and yeah, it's not good. It's not good. It's not a nice feeling. And yeah, but let's not get into all of that. As you can imagine, I'm just like here at home reading a lot more than I usually do, enjoying the sun. Yeah. Oh, another thing about the challenge that I was participating in, I would probably not be able to do it in the order that was suggested. Like right now, if we don't have battery power to power up our inverter, or to power up the inverter, I don't know the correct terminology, so excuse me for that, then there's no Wi-Fi, and then that would mean that I would have to go to a coffee shop or something like that to upload. I haven't gotten to that point yet, but when push comes to shove, that's exactly what I will do. So yeah, I hope y'all enjoy this slow, a bit tedious, and a little bit of a boring journey through living with virtually no electricity, or a little bit of electricity. Yeah, it's requiring some creativity. A lot of creativity and a lot of smiles to get through this, and a lot of laughter to get through this, because this can't get us down. I refuse. Anyway, so say a little prayer for us that we don't have to wait for much longer, and yeah, we'll see how these vlogs go, but so far so good, no complaints. Alrighty, so let's sort out the batteries, and then we can pull ourselves towards ourselves. Alrighty.
Ja.
Wat?
Zo willen we, ons kan er niet oorlog is.
Ons gaan vlog.
Ja, gaan vlog.
Ons gaan.
Oké, maar. Wees maar klaar.
Maybe you're not who you used to be. So why do you still care about me?
Good evening. Wow, an update on our electricity situation. They fixed it yesterday. We came back on at 10:55, so 5 to 11 last night, and I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I never knew that being able to switch on a light will make me feel so good. So we are concluding that part of the story this week, because we have electricity. Okay, so today is Tuesday, and yeah, we have electricity. Excuse me for being silly about this, but did I tell y'all we have electricity. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, anyway. I am going to have some coffee now, and we're gonna take on the rest of the day with a bit of a spring in our step because yes, we have electricity. Let me stop being silly. We'll catch up just now. Alrighty.
Do you want me to say? I'll say it to you. If you want me to, what do you want me to do? Just say the word. What other stars will you find? Goodbyes never felt this way. I'm hoping it's a final one.
What you want, Jody? What did you want? What you want, child? Okay, I'll give you food now. Sorry. Okay, so I just took some time to pull myself towards myself. Do my and get dressed, but I'm not going anyway. I really don't feel like going anyway. Anyway, so there were some people in the area that have been without electricity for like 4 weeks, and there's no doubt that it will have a financial impact on families, you know, because if you think of it, it's an unplanned event. Number one, it is it's unplanned and it's unexpected, right? And you find yourself having to fork out money that you didn't necessarily need to. So for us though, because it wasn't a long period of time and because our fridges didn't defrost, and there was also not a lot of food in there, especially like frozen food. If it had to happen, and I thank God that it didn't, if it had to happen, the damage would have not been as much, and I would have probably been able to claim from insurance. So yeah. This brought me to a thought of like how important it is to keep tabs on your finances. Like I'm the type of person that I am free. Like I am happy-go-lucky. Like I believe in now. Like I am not always thinking about, you know, savings and whatever. The most savings that I've ever accumulated was for retirement. Like I don't actively save, and that is something that I have been fixing for myself. And you may ask, like, what do you mean for yourself? Because you're married. And that brings me to something else that I never really hear people speak about or share. And I suppose because finances is such a personal topic, I still do believe that we should share to a certain extent, like our own experiences, right? So finances in marriage is a bit weird and complicated. Okay, maybe not complicated, but it is a bit weird because the finance discussion doesn't start once you're married. It starts before that. And it is important to know, like, what kind of debt the two of y'all are in, if any, and to clear as much of that debt as possible. Because when y'all come together, y'all are bringing two entities together, not just biblically or not just under a contract, especially under a contract. The laws of the country will still apply in your marriage, right? So what your husband does and what your wife does will affect you in the long run. And if you don't know what their spending habits are or what their thoughts are on finances, you could be heading for something that's not good, right? And I think it's always important for the two individuals that become one to be on the same page. I don't think we've always been on the same page. We've definitely not always been on the same page. But communication always helps. Communication is truly, truly key. And it doesn't start in, as I mentioned before, it starts before, and it is continuous. It is continuous. It is continuous. Like, things to consider is like your emotions behind money, your emotions behind finances, because that drives me, right? That drives my behavior, my experiences, my outlook. It drives certain behaviors, and those behaviors yeah. So, yeah, weird, but it's something that we should definitely consider. I am hungry now, and I need to go make me some food, and maybe we need to go into this topic a little bit more. I think we need to go into this topic a little bit more because, yeah, let me go make my food, and then I'm going to share something with y'all. Yeah, let me do that. I put my gown on because it's cold in this house. Oh, it's cold. Anyway, so I was just thinking of something. Remember I told y'all. But I'm gonna tell y'all now, né? I'm gonna tell y'all now. Because the dishwasher is loud in here. So let me make my food, and then we will chat. We will chat. I promise to tell y'all. All of this happened before we got married. Yeah. I'm waiting for the sandwich place to heat up, and then I'm gonna put my bread in, make myself some tea with milk. I know I shouldn't, because this is what happens when I have too much milk, but yeah. The story is so wild, but I'm gonna tell her. I promise. I'm gonna tell her. I'm not gonna change my mind. I'm going to tell her.
I turned back around. It took another year to have a chance in this back and forth. What do you want me to say? I'll say it to you. If you want me to, what do you want me to do? Just say the word. What are the songs wait for? What do you want me to say? I'll say it to you. If you want me to, what do you want me to do? Just say the word. What are the songs wait for?
You wanna come back? Thank you. So while I wait for my food to get a little cold, I kind of forgot how this sandwich place, how hot it makes the food, like the bread when it toasts it, which is kind of unnecessary. But anyway, let me think about this. Like, when I started working, right, I did the silliest thing ever. I went and I got a store card for every possible clothing shop. Like, if you can think about a shop that was open at that time and they had a credit facility, I had the card. I just like things, and I thought that my money would be able to stretch so far that you know, I wouldn't need anything else. And it is so silly. Like, when I think about it, it is so silly. Because what was I trying to prove? You know, it was unnecessary. It was silly of me to do that. But I don't know if I learned a lesson, but I get it. So before we got married, my husband said like there's no way we're getting married with me being in debt the way that I was, because I literally was going to work every single day just to pay back money of clothes that I wore already. And he then told me, he never suggested it, because if he suggested it I was not gonna listen. He told me that I needed to go to my bank, get a loan, take that money and pay off every single one of them. And what made it worse was I had to do those payments in cash. So he went with me on Saturday, we went to the bank, I withdrew all that money, and I went from shop to shop to pay every single account and close it. And having to count out all that money to pay for things that, some of the items I wasn't even wearing any longer. Some of the things I couldn't even remember what I bought and why I bought it. And it made me sad, but it also made me realize that certain things are not necessary. Like there's certain things that's not necessary. And for me, having clothing debt is so unnecessary. It was so unnecessary. So I closed off all those accounts. I then only had one payment to make every month, and that was back to the bank. But it freed up so much other money that I could use in other places and for other things, you know. So I am eternally grateful for that. I am eternally grateful that he made me do that. Like, it was not an option. He was adamant that he was not going to get married to me if I did not clear that debt. And yeah, so as I mentioned before, these are discussions that you have before you get married, you know. Marriage is beautiful, but you don't need that added stress and panic and worry about debt in your marriage. And yes, we can't avoid debt, because not many of us can buy houses and cars cash. And if you can, I wish I was you. But there's certain things that we can avoid, and having these discussions I think makes it easier, because at that time I did not hear anybody speak about this. And I know that right now we have access to more information, we have access to the internet, we have access to more people's lives, that you are able to hear such things being spoken about. But I still don't think that it's enough. The other thing that we don't speak about is the contractual options that you have, that you both have before getting married, and what the implications are of each of them. And yeah, so I'm gonna leave you guys with that thought right there, and I'm gonna eat my food now because I'm sure it's cold enough. I told myself I'm gonna lay here for 15 minutes. I haven't had 4 slices of bread in forever, and they're sitting on my eyelids now. But I need to get up and make supper. Oh, guys, I shouldn't have laid down. But anyway, so now that you guys know something about me that I haven't shared before, tell me something about you, if you want. If not, no stress. But that concludes today's video. I will see you all tomorrow. Remember, if you haven't yet, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Don't feel the pressure to comment if you don't have anything to say. It's okay. Or leave me an emoji. And subscribe if you'd like, but only if you'd come back. Bye.